Thanks for joining me for PerkStream today. If I say Jesus is the Good Shepherd, what comes to your mind? Well, if you grew up like me, a lot of our churches had this picture of Jesus with long flowing blonde hair and a robe and tunic. And if he was in the shepherd role, he was carrying a lamb and he was walking along very peacefully. Maybe we think of Isaiah's words when we get that image, that he tends his flock like a shepherd. He gathers the lambs into his arms and he carries them close to his heart. He gently leads those that have their young. It's a wonderful pastoral picture, don't you think? But there's what Isaiah says before that, and it's not as pastoral as we might think. He says, "See, the sovereign Lord comes with power, and he rules with a mighty arm. See, his reward is with him, and his recompense accompanies him." The Prince of Peace, who Jesus is, the light of the world, is also the Good Shepherd. And when he comes in power. And so for all the tenderness he shows, the shepherd comes with strength. And that's good news to us because that is the shepherd coming to insert himself between his people, his sheep, and the dangers of the world. He comes to a frightened flock and gathers them together so they can rest, but he is not there just kind of sitting placidly by. He is rather in the mix, fighting for his people. The shepherd runs to his flock and inserts himself between them and the enemy. And so this other word from the prophet goes like this: he will stand and shepherd his flock in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God, and they will live securely, for then his greatness will reach to the ends of the earth. The shepherd comes with power, and we shouldn't look at that and go, okay, well, it's going to be good for me because while I'm just at rest and I can do whatever I want, the shepherd's going to fight for me. Now, he allows us to be at rest so that we can know him, so that we can be near him. He puts us at ease and at rest so that we, his flock, can then share his goodness and share in his goodness. There's not much peaceful about these verses here if you think about it. Even when Jesus says, "I am the good shepherd," and the good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep, while the sheep are protected, they are also in the presence of power, of someone who is fending off enemies. We rarely are untouched by tragedies and hurts in this world. If we go through life and don't have much to mourn, then we should count ourselves fortunate. But Jesus uses his strength to come to us and calm us in our anxiety. And then he then says to us, invite others into the flock. Invite them to share in the non-anxious presence of the shepherd who fights for us. I suppose we get in most trouble when we as sheep run from the shepherd. We think that we can protect ourselves, or we don't want the shepherd's protection, and so we run away. And the good news is that the shepherd can still come to us, will still actually chase us down at those times. The good shepherd will not leave us in a place where we will be harmed. He will come to us and he will rescue us. He runs to us and uses his power to create that safety that we need. There will be a day when he pastures his flock eternally, and that is a day that we can all look forward to. He works to restore our rest and our peace now, but there's going to be one day when he won't have to work to restore it. No enemy will exist and no evil will overtake the flock. But until then, our good shepherd is on duty and is on guard. So let's run to him and rest in his safety and in his non-anxious presence. And let's invite others into that as well, that we might share in the safety and the protection that the good shepherd gives.